Hey, welcome. It's Thursday once again, and we are back 2023. We are back, and we're here for another episode of the Three Clarks. I am here alongside Jefferson
Yes, right.
and Miss Shantae.
What's going on, friends?
We are here. We are here. We are here. We are here once again on another Thursday night. So this week we are recapping what we did last week because the viewers run the show. They told me that that we didn't finish our subject last week. Last week we talked about love, dating, marriage, and sex. We didn't get to the sex part, so our viewers said we got to talk about the sex part. So, before we get into the subject and talk about all that, we're going to get into our celebrity topics as we always do, our celebrity topics. So we're going to talk about, Shantae.
Yes, as I'm sharing the thing to everyone, what's up? What do you need?
As you're sharing everything, you're going to, and Jeffrey. So
Yes.
This week, a trial has been going on. Tiny and T.I.
What do they do now?
See, it ain't even them this
What
time.
they do now?
It ain't even them this time. So they have been they've been court with the makers of the OMG doll.
Okay.
If y'all don't know, they're on the screen now. The OMG dolls are these little dolls that come in little packets. You got to unpeel them and you put them together, put the head on, put the outfit on, and whatnot.
Okay.
So they are claiming that there's a basically OMG copyrighted, they're infringed on their group, the OMG. I'm sorry. Let me rewind. The dolls are called
together, boy.
The dolls are called LOL dolls. The LOL dolls. My daughter used to love LOL dolls. She was into LOL crazy. So the LOL dolls and T.I. and Tiny had a group called the OMG Girls. So if you look at the picture now, and they're next to the dolls are next to the girls themselves, where the doll company stole the OMG Girls, basically their whole fit, their whole design, and they're suing them in court.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
I mean, it's pretty uncanny. I actually never even noticed that.
So they're saying actually that they infringed on them, but I think it was yesterday or today. They had a mistrial. And the reason they had a mistrial because somebody in the audience or somebody that was on the stand said, I can't support a company that steals from black people and profits off of other black people and steals from them.
Man.
So the judge said, because of that statement, and the jurors heard that, it's a mistrial.
That dummy.
So somebody in the gallery?
Somebody in the gallery. It's not even T.I.'s people or the other people. It's somebody else in the gallery said, I can't support a company that steals from black people.
I wonder what county they're trying it in.
It's California.
Oh, California.
It's in California. They're trying to case.
Oh, okay, so I would never get picked for that jewelry. Okay.
Damn it.
You would never get picked for that juror? What?
They're lucky.
I'm trying to do my civic duty, people.
You know, it couldn't have been out here because he would definitely win that.
That would be,
All right, he king of the South now.
Yeah, the judge is like, what? No.
I'm wondering why he didn't try it here. Why they didn't file suit here?
I think in California you get more money when you file certain lawsuits.
Yeah, I mean, copyright infringement.
Because
things
the company's
like
not based out of California. I think it's an overseas company.
Oh.
But they sell plenty of dolls and stuff in the United States.
Oh, man.
So
Gotcha.
they're suing them here. So they got a mistrial. So I think T.I. and Tiny, they probably gonna refile the case, because if you look at the pictures, and they named that version of the LOL dolls OMG Party Girl dolls.
Oh yeah.
So it's
I guess the question is, what made, was it the OMG girls that came out first, or was it the LOL dolls that came out first?
OMG. Because those girls, they ain't been doing me. That was almost 10, 15 years ago that they did that. Because I think they're
15
in there.
years? Wait a minute
10.
now.
Probably about 10.
Maybe about 7.
I don't remember none of them. So
I mean, I remember the OMG
They
girls.
had a little because they was on a
were
reality show. 'Cause they was on-
Grand Hustle.
yeah, they was signed to Grand
Oh.
Hustle,
Yeah.
and Tiny put them together. It was her daughter.
Reginae,
Well, she was in the original group, but she wasn't in the final iteration of the group.
the final iteration.
Is that a iteration?
Iteration is a word.
It is.
Yes, it is. It's a variation.
That was very good.
It's a variation
Uh-huh.
of a version of something.
Okay.
So I said I use it in the right context.
Pretty-
Yeah, like I use it in the wrong
pretty
context. You went to
Just-
Webster. It's a
just-
variation of this. I use it in the right
I
context.
like it.
Just
I
caught us
like
off
it.
guard.
I'm right. You just caught us
Wasn't
off guard,
expecting that
honey.
one.
There
Yeah.
y'all go. That's whatever,
Right.
whatever. So congratulations go out to Mr. Shamar Moore.
He do.
Right.
Shamar Moore at 52 had his first child.
What?
Oh my.
52, he had his first child with his
What?
girlfriend, Miss Jessica. She's 35, he's 52. He had his first child with
That's
her.
First child.
Yes, and his name is Shamar Franklin Moore.
She
Yeah.
kind of looked like Nia Long, the light skinned version.
Yeah, she's Hawaiian. She's Samoan or Hawaiian
Don't
because
she?
the Nia Long, the white version. What
The
she's
light skin.
oh, light skin. I'm about to say because she's
Uh,
Samoan or either she's Samoan or
Yeah.
she's either Samoan or Hawaiian.
Okay.
And that's what you said, light skin. And so the daughter's name, his name is Shamar Franklin Moore. His daughter's name is Frankie.
Okay.
Oh, that's so
Well,
cute.
So he named
Okay.
his daughter Frankie. So that's what's going on.
Uh,
So
Girl,
me
yeah,
say
his
it.
first child, so I do got time, huh?
she got
That's what's
plenty of
I
time.
got plenty of
You
time.
got plenty of time, Jack. Because she's only, like I said.
Right. The men have the ability to have
Yeah.
kids forever.
What are you talking
not-
about? Janet
not-
didn't have her first child since she was 49.
And
Holly
still,
Berry didn't have her first child since she was 48.
Hmm.
yeah, but you weren't in the lives of them. You don't know how stressful or how hard
Yeah.
it was on their body or how much
Mm.
it took for them to recover. So that is like a non-starter, brother.
There you go.
Yeah.
Brother.
I don't know what they had to go through, but they had their children at their late 40s.
I mean,
Mm.
you saying it like it was an easy feat.
I don't have a clue if it was easy or hard for them.
It-
Mariah Carey had her child in her late 40s.
Right. You see, they
Right.
ain't popping out no extra babies.
She had twins. She got double. She had a double trouble. She said, I just want to get to have two at one time. So that's what rich people do. When I say, I want to have two at one time, girl and a boy, boom, boom, I'm done.
And that's it.
That was
Really?
it. That was Mariah.
Really, Dwayne
That
Clark.
was Mariah said. That was Mariah said. Men make me sick to barely have babies forever. Yeah, they do. Because I heard of this. There was this old man. He was in his 70s, 80s, was having a brand new baby. The lady was like, I'm a great grandmother. And my dad's still having kids. Like she's 60 something. Her dad 80. He got a brand new baby. And she on her like second grandchild, great grandchild. So she's 60.
So her grandchildren and him, what are they? What is the new baby with? What are
So
they?
if the,
together?
okay, so if your dad, so dad's 80,
Yeah.
and then his oldest child is like say 60.
Yeah.
His oldest child's 60.
And
So-
she's a great
and
grandmother.
she's a great grandmother.
So that great grandchild.
That's to her great. If there's a boy or girl, that's her great uncle, great.
Child. So Robin
Okay.
says the
Okay.
healing process, speak on it, sister,
Okay.
Mm,
after having kids is hard.
mm.
Hard. Say it with me.
Great
Hard.
uncle.
With a D.
Capital
That's
D.
an interesting family tree, though.
Hard.
If you think about it, with the guy 80 years
You
old.
see how he just
Mm.
glazed
I'm not saying the
over
guy
that?
80 years old.
You
His
just glazed
oldest
over that.
daughter
You just gonna come back
is
to what you were
60.
saying. You just gonna ignore my comment? Okay.
Then she might got a daughter. She might got a daughter that's 40. Then the daughter has a 20-year-old. Then there's a 20-year-old, and then her great.
Move on.
So,
Move on.
right. all right, so let's get into the crazy, wild subject of the day. So we're going to talk about. Have y'all heard? I'm gonna see if y'all heard this story. So there's a story coming out of Tennessee about I think it's 6 police officers
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
in Tennessee, and it was I think 4 black officers and 4 black men officers and 1 white female.
Hmm.
So if y'all haven't heard the story,
Oh. Go ahead.
these officers were fired for all having sex on the job. The one white female officer was married and she was having sex with her partner in the squad car on the job, and find out they were having orgies at people's houses. It was a crazy thing.
It's a big old party.
A big old party. And she's married, but she's having sex with her fellow officers, and her husband found out about the scandal and stayed with her. But that's not the funny part.
Is her husband black or white?
White. White.
But that's not the funny part.
Okay.
So just recently, she was offered $10,000.
$10,000.
$10,000 to do 2 shows at a strip club in Tennessee.
What type of shows?
I don't know what kind of shows she planned on doing, but they offered her $10,000 come do some shows, show
Did
that
she get
thing.
fired?
She's smiling too. Look
Yeah,
at
she got fired. She got fired from the police academy.
them big.
So from the police force in Tennessee. All of them got fired because they found out they were having orgies and they were sleeping. They were sleeping on the job, giving fellatio to each other on the
Squad
job.
car.
It was crazy, and they were running trains on her, and it was like, what?
Oh, Lord, Tiffany got something to say, boo. She said she was on the other channel, so y'all didn't see her going off.
Oh, okay, I was on the
well,
other channel, so y'all didn't see
don't-
me
don't-
going
why
off
you on
about
the
how
other
the
channel,
stress of
Tiff?
those women over 40 can still have kids because it's difficult to do that as we age. We don't have as many eggs.
What other channel you got? You got
The
we
one
have-
channel.
4220.
4220,
Man.
the 3 Clarks page,
Yeah.
and the Facebook page, and the YouTube. But everything should be
But
coming out
at any rate,
at any.
I agree, darling. That is true. You have less eggs, and it is harder for these men who don't understand.
Yes.
Continue with your story.
Well, that goes into sex. We talk about the orgies and sex. So that goes into our subject, talking about, like I said, last week we talked about love, dating, marriage, sex. So sex when it comes to dating and in this new age. So back when, I don't know, it's ladies. Okay. So it's always been the same for men. Men has always been, I want to get with girl. I'm trying to get in the drawers, get in the panties, get this, get that. But there were girls back, some of them made you wait. Most of them made you wait back in the 80s, 90s. They
In
made
the
you wait.
80s, God, you was having sex in the 80s, Dwayne? What the hell?
I ain't that old.
Your ass was 10 having sex.
Oh, the 90s. Girls will make you wait. Sometimes they make you wait, but they weren't. Okay, let me say they might make you wait in public, but in private sometimes on the first date, just meeting y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get in the bedroom, do the horizontal mambo.
The
So-
horizontal mambo, is that what you was calling it?
Yeah, the
Thank the
horizontal
Lord he
mambo.
didn't use that on my ass.
The
We
horizontal
might
mambo.
not have been
Hey,
together.
you wanna do the
The horizontal mambo.
The what?
You want to do the lay down lingo? You want to do the lay down lingo? I'm just saying. So it was more in the public eye. Women would more say, man has to wait a couple
Yeah.
days, take me out, this, that. Nowadays, women are like, shoot, if I want to sleep with them first, I can. It's more sexual power revolution for women now. They don't have to be, they are sometimes called.
Let me give you a little secret.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Give me the
First
secret.
of all, if we want to sleep with you, it don't matter what time of the year or when it was, or if it was in the 90s, whatever. We gonna sleep with you. We just ain't gonna tell nobody. And we gonna tell your ass not to tell nobody.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
I got in trouble at high school. I didn't even tell nobody. They assumed.
That's why I'm saying.
And I got the girl
like
start
if we
talking to me.
wanted to sleep with you,
Mm.
we was gonna sleep with you on the first night. There wasn't no waiting or no rules or whatever.
And I believe that 100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
like, okay, that's what kiss and don't tell.
But
That's
now it's
what
like
that's all
everybody
about.
telling.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think, when you're young, especially like you're 16, 17, and after you do it that first time
Mhm.
and you didn't pop the cherry,
Mm.
man, bye.
Well, what men? So some men.
So when we hold out just because we don't like your ass.
So men, of course, like, okay, well, if you girls sleep with me on the first, well, they used to say that in public. Girls sleep with me on the first date, man. She just asleep now. I'm not making her my wife. I'm not dating her. She slept with me first time.
Well, yeah, for us, sometimes I I'm not talking about high school, but I guess nowadays for most guys, like if you sleep with
Now?
the first,
You think
I'm
now?
like, I ain't. Nah.
Well, my
Maybe wait
thing
a little
is
bit.
like, okay, if you don't have what's gonna require to satisfy me, I mean, I don't really even need to be in. I don't want to fall in love with you.
We're not. What?
So it's a
Let
point
me
where
make
people
sure you're
say.
doing what you need to be doing.
Well, no.
Because what if I fall in love with you and then
you can do that and not do it on the first day. You give it 2 weeks. We're not saying super first day. You can still
Shit.
wait a little bit,
look?
but it's gonna backfire. You do that, he's not gonna like you the same way you like him. You may say you like it, and then I'm gonna backfire. Like, oh yeah,
Believe
but
me.
I'm not gonna respect her.
But believe me, it never happens that way.
It becomes
It ain't never happened that way for me, at least. Dad has always wanted me.
sex on the first date was taboo, but then ladies. Look, the revolution of the social media and the OnlyFans and people talking about more positives that we need to talk more about sex. But it's like, I seen the video where somebody talk about your grandma and grandpa were having 10 and 12 children and grandma be dressing in the muumuu. It's like now it's like, okay, women showing off everything, bikinis and, showing it off online and whatnot. And,
yeah,
we're having less kids nowadays. Is it the point that people don't want to take care of them or they just not have enough? No, they said millennials are having less sex than their parents had 15, 20 years ago.
Because they got other things to do. They making money.
Mhm.
The ability to make money back then was only at work. Like you had to physically go in somewhere and work. There was not as many entrepreneurs, people, that wasn't available to us like that. You know what I'm saying?
You do your night shift, you do your day shift, you come home,
Right.
Yeah.
And so the fun that you was having was in the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
These days, people are up all times of the night. They're making money through YouTube and stocks. And we have more information available to us now
Mhm.
than we've ever had, period.
Mhm.
So I think the age of information has outweighed sometimes the desire to want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know that.
Well, no, you're right. Because back then, you think about it. Back then, one man couldn't go to work and have a wife at home and kids at home, and she don't have to work.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that expensive.
It was nothing. She didn't have to work.
Yeah.
And he
Right.
can come home and take care of the whole house with his paycheck.
Right.
It's nowadays it's just hard to do. It's not that easy. So and like I said, more opportunities are available for you to make so much money now.
Right. So it's like then when you come home, you're tired. You're like,
Yeah.
I mean, we can do it, but kind of tired right now.
So comments coming on. Robin said kids are expensive. That's why people are having this sex. All the activities they are in on top of bare necessities a lot. So that's why they know millennials are having sex. Millennials have more different societal and entrepreneurial pressures, obligations than previous generations. That's what
Yeah.
Dante's saying.
Yeah. And then not just to mention, like, and this was almost 11 years ago with our daughter, it was like $500, like $275 or something per week for her to be in daycare.
Mm-hmm.
Just one kid. I couldn't even imagine, like,
my
that's basically
goodness.
somebody's whole paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
A week.
A week.
Gracious.
A week.
Sheesh.
$275. And back then, we
But
went.
again, it might have been that expensive back then because before you had grandma and old mama and what you call it at the house. So you leave the kids with them and pick them up after work. Mama, I'm going to work. Watch the kids.
Yeah.
Now you got grandma talking about, I'm not raising your kid because mama's, instead of just dropping off for work, they drop it off all day, all night. And like, okay, you had a different set of mothers back 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah,
Right.
different set of mothers.
Well, a lot of people didn't finish high school, right?
Yeah.
So now you've got, like I said, a more educated crowd of individuals having kids. So back when their parents were watching their kids, they may not have got, like, I know my grandmother, she started having kids 14, 15 years old. I'm not even sure that she ever finished high school. You know what I'm saying? And so then you got my parents' generation where they finished high school and they're like the first recipients of a higher education.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Then you've got my generation, so their parents, they long past, they've settled, they're used to taking care of kids and da 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 da. So then our parents are more educated.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So by the time we have kids, they ain't got time to help us watch our kids. So that we
Yeah.
like, okay, we didn't have one, and we see how expensive it is. Like, hold
Yeah.
on, friend. I'm not gonna keep doing this because
Hey.
I don't want to struggle.
Hey, grandmama's out there trying to date too. What you talking about?
Yeah, you got the young grandmas
Hey,
because
man,
I'm telling my age. I've told my age. I'm 45, but I have I know at least right now in my age group and people I've graduated from high school or under me, I know at least 10 people minimum that are grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean
I know
not
a
baby
couple.
grandparents. I mean grandparents like walking 3, 4, 5 years old
Mhm.
grandparents. Like, and I'm like, okay, my child's just turning 11 is about to be 12. And I know
Yeah.
friends of mine that younger than me or the same age that have grandchildren.
Yeah.
Some of them, I think one of them might even have a grown grandchild, which I'm like, grandmamas are OnlyFans nowadays. Now they say grandmas are OnlyFans nowadays.
Lord Jesus.
Well, you got the evolution of plastic surgery. Because before
yeah.
plastic surgery used to be just
Oh
breast
yeah.
and face.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
You
Now
know,
you getting your.
not
I mean,
everything.
they had tummy tucks, but you
They
had
had
to.
tummy tuck.
You
Tummy
had to be rich.
Yeah, you had to be rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to be rich
had to be
to
rich.
get that kind of stuff done.
Yeah.
It's so inexpensive now. It's you can.
Man,
get
you
real
can go to
cheap now.
Miami and you can get a BBL for $7,000. Don't ask me how I know.
No, you're right. I heard it was cheaper than that too.
No, but
Yeah, if you go to if you go to Brazil, was it Brazil or is it the where they got the real
DR,
Brazilian butt lifts? You
DR,
go to
Puerto
Brazil,
Rico.
the DR. Yeah,
Yeah.
DR.
where they
You
can
get
move that junk, move the fat from your stomach, and put it and fluff your butt out and everything. I'm like, hey, I ain't having no more kids. Maybe I might $7,000.
They
I might
got
come in here looking like a brick house. Dwayne gonna be like,
Oh, okay. This is a good one.
Okay.
Robin says it could be also that a lot of people may not having a lot of sex because the other person may want things they are not comfortable with.
oh,
That's a thing now. You know what I'm saying? Some people have. You got the super freaks. You got the mid-level freaks. You got the I call them super freaks, which are at the top.
Mhm.
Super freaks are the top. You know, some of the stuff they be doing is like, as Carisha said on a podcast, golden showers and the pooping and the pegging and the, and the spit in my face, spit in my mouth. And there's a super freaks that tie me
I
up
feel like
and walk me around like a dog.
There's another word for that, but I don't know what it is.
That's what I call them super freaks. You have different levels of freakiness. You have those way up there that do all that. Then you got the freaks. Then you got the regular ones that just do. You got the regular
Mid level.
Well, you got the mid levels where you want to have sex. You make 2 or 3 people, and you do fellatio on each other, 69 and stuff like that. I don't call that super freak because that's basic.
He doesn't call that super freak. So that's a whole conversation within itself.
That's another one.
That's a whole conversation within itself.
And
Like,
then
if you don't think that that's like freaky, then
And then you're like,
your level of freak and my level of freak is way different, friends.
And then we got the, I didn't talk about, you got the different levels of relationships that people have nowadays. You have the polygamous relationship, the monogamous relationship, the thruples, the how does the sex work in some of those stuff?
Right.
They got sister wife shows where people is like living in different bedrooms or same houses.
Yeah, polygamous.
So how does the polygamous, I guess the sanctioned polygamous or the what is that?
That's pretty regular. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Not the sanctioned polygamous.
Some people's normal is different than
other people's normal. Yes.
That is correct.
Yes, some people's normal is other people's normal.
I am clutching my pearls. My imaginary pearls.
Some people think normal is like eating ass is normal. Like, no, it's not.
No,
that's not normal.
That's not normal. And why you sipping your drink like you think eating ass is normal?
Exactly.
You do not know nothing about that.
And it depends on who's eating ass, because it's a man or a woman, because it got depends. But as a comedian, I said what says, like, if your man,
Shit.
if a man eats his girl out, there ain't but that much room in between the ass and the pussy. So it's like, ugh. Gotta watch where you going.
Oh my God.
You
So
gonna
sex.
have the boo boo
Eat the
mouth.
booty like groceries. Eat the booty like groceries. That's one of the comments we have. That's pretty regular.
Gross.
So you gotta think about it, people. It's different levels of the sexual. So it's like, as Robert says, different comfortable levels. So that may be a reason a lot of people now they might not be having sex. You might got with somebody and y'all were having a certain kind of sex, but then either they went down or you went up, or y'all levels changed over the
Or
years.
life stressors.
Or life stresses.
It
You
should-
know,
I think
or
it
the
should be
ED came in, or the low testosterone, or the low, or what's the what women have?
Estrogen.
Low estrogen fell out.
Well, yeah, that's what happened to guys. As we get older, our
Libidos.
no
Testosterone-
the
testosterone.
testosterone level goes down as we get older, and then so that usually happens.
Some men, yeah, some
Some
get no.
And I mean, and as you get older, like you get aches and pains in your body.
Yes, women are eating ass too. Yes, women do eat ass.
What?
What women are eating ass? Yeah, they do. They do.
You know what I'm saying? So, you got aches and pains in your body. You don't feel like dealing with that. And you had,
Knees.
where you're at. And then things that, when you live together, things that weren't important when he lived at his place and you lived at your place. Now that
Mhm.
stuff becomes important to you. You like, okay, you ain't cleaned that up for like 5 days and now you want some ass? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I think when you,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm feeling like I don't want to do that. Okay.
But like when you're dating, before you go on a date, it's like, okay, we having sex tonight. They do shower, shave, they shave them parts, and they
Right.
clean up, and then they're like, oh, we have sex now. You married, and like, okay, you want to have sex?
And
Okay,
but
well,
you
I ain't
gotta-
shaved, I ain't showered.
Not only
I
that,
got-
but you got to think about the fact that when you're dating, right,
Mhm,
you may not see each other every single day.
mhm.
So when you do have sex with them, I might have saw you on Monday. Okay, we had sex. Then Wednesday, I see you. Okay, we're gonna have sex because I haven't seen you on Tuesday. So
Mm.
now it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
But now if I'm laying in the bed with you and you want to roll over Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, your ass is being greedy.
I don't think it's greedy, but
I feel like you're being greedy.
I think when you're dating, and if you plan on like marrying each other, whatever, there should be a level of understanding of where
always.
your freakiness levels is at.
Mhm.
Be like, hey, listen, I'm not doing this, or
Are you
Or
doing
or
this?
I'm willing to try.
I'm going to try this, but not that.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Don't be bringing home butt plugs and expect that that's what, is about to happen tonight.
All right, so let's go to the gallery because we having a great conversation. The reality is that we're getting further and further away from the original reason for sex between men and women. People
Yeah.
nowadays are perverted and being bamboozled and led astray. LOL.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm
Well,
talking
sex
about.
was made. Sex is to procreate, but I think it's for pleasure too. It's not. If you only, I think.
False advertising.
Oh, boy, that is true. What do you say?
Yo,
False
yo,
advertising. I don't switch it out after the
Just
marriage.
lying. Yeah, I'm a freak.
I'm freak. I'm doing all this.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a ring on it
None of
now.
that.
I don't do that no more.
And then what you guys don't understand from a woman's perspective, like, when you're a lot younger, your body looks a certain way, you're feeling certain things, like, and then you're not, maybe sometimes you don't feel as sexy as you used to. Like, I'm not frolicking around in, lingerie anymore because, and some of that's some of the part of the excitement, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The excitement, if you will. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna do that, and this is, some women, they overthink it, and so if they can't do those things to like prepare themselves, it feels like, like not genuine to what they would have done if they were single and dating you
Mm-hmm.
versus being married to you. and now, okay, I'm not feeling as sexy as I used to. I'm having these female issues or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So many different things happen to women in terms of their bodies and how they change and stuff like that. And so those are some things that you just simply can't help.
I think a man's different. He's just like his body changed. I don't give a damn. I still look the same.
Yeah.
I still look the same, even though they probably don't. Most of them don't. They still think they the same, or they still perform the same, and that becomes an issue too.
And
Jeff,
that ain't
what's
no
your-
excuse.
the False advertise. Jeff, what's your freakiness level?
I think I'm a mid-level. I don't
These
know.
are mid-level.
You're a mid-level.
Pleasure is struggle.
Mid-level.
You a mid-level.
Mid-level.
Above mid-level, maybe.
I'm above mid-level myself. I'm not top. I'm no super freaky. Nah. I'm above mid-level.
I don't know. I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin.
Big or skinny, I'm gonna make a way. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Rob Robin said, big or skinny, I'm gonna make my ass is going to make a way. That's what she says. Everybody, Dante said, everybody's changes. Everybody's body changes.
So it
That ain't
sounds
no
like
excuse.
I'm a prude.
That's no excuses.
You ever been humbled? You ever thought man, I'm a freak, and then you meet somebody that's really a freak, and you're like, I guess I'm not a freak.
I haven't met somebody, but some of the stuff I've seen online, I'm not doing that.
Never mind.
I was like, I've seen some videos where I can't even I watch porn, but it's like there's some videos like, that's too much.
I can't do that. You be like, man,
I can't even watch that.
I want to be in a porn, and then you watching damn, never mind.
Well, it depends
I'll
on the
just
level.
watch.
You see the level of what you're trying to do. It's like people doing it. It's like, okay. It's like, what is going on there? I was like, and then I get when people out here, because I like I love comedians. I love watching comedians. And I love when they talk about certain things. Like if they talk about, man, I think it was back in the day, I think it would have been Martin or Eddie where they talk about midget porn. It's like, I want to see midget porn.
Yeah.
Or then one of them was talking about muscular women porn. Like they be breaking, and I look at her. It is hilarious.
That is not,
It is hilarious.
That is not something that I enjoy to watch. I see that.
Muscle-bound women.
Like bodybuilding women.
Oh, no,
They
yeah.
looking like dudes.
That is just not. I don't like it. I'm
They
not
looking like dudes.
Yeah. It's
Their
not.
facial features turn because they turn, and then they had to put in breast implants.
they got-
Most of them because they make pectoral muscles take up their breast.
They got them big old backs.
And I just gotta say this right quick.
What was that?
This is so off the subject. But Jeffrey, you remember that gym we used to go to in Kennesaw?
Yeah, it was Gold's Gym.
Gold's
I think
Gym.
it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they had a lot of bodybuilder women in there. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember one time I was going into the little locker room and get ready to change or whatever, and this bodybuilder lady came in. And she took off all of her clothes right next to me, and it was staring at me. I was like, "What the?"
Yeah.
I was kind of scared. I was getting ready to take a shower, and I was like, "Never mind. I'm just going."
She like, don't drop soap.
Man.
Don't drop soap.
Man, she walked up on me. I was like, "Okay, never mind. Let me just get my
Yes,
little
Dante.
bag."
Everybody needs love. Everybody needs love. Men, women, everybody in between.
Yeah.
Everybody needs love. Everybody has a different level of freakiness. It's like it's just you just gotta understand your levels and where you want to be. I think when it comes to sex. So I think that just goes back to the beginning of ourselves. When you're dating or in marriage, when it comes to sex, you have to have an understanding. You get married, talk the conversation, have an understanding. When you're dating, have that conversation, have that exploratory conversation, because if it's going to be part of the conversation,
Go
because
keep your cornbread.
because if you're gonna be in a serious relationship with somebody, sex is a matter. Because I guess we're not those prudes where we're gonna wait till marriage to have sex.
You're right.
Because if you wait till marriage, and if you've never had sex before and y'all both never had sex, and you wait till marriage, that's fine. You don't know what to compare it to.
Right.
Now, if you've had sex and then all of a sudden you meet this new girl, you say, "Oh, I've had sex, but now I'm born again virgin. I'm what is it? I'm celibate now.
Yeah.
And we've been dating. We get married. Let's not have sex until we get married. And then we get married, and the sex is trash.
Mm.
That's why I say
And then
sex
divorce.
on the first date.
The first date.
That's why I say sex
You
on
gotta
the-
know what you working with.
Wait a week, Shantae.
You gotta know what you're working with because you might not want to waste your
Wait a
time.
week or so.
Yeah.
I
don't wanna
mean, I feel like, I feel like women make up their minds in the beginning. Like when I accepted the date request, I knew whether or not it was going down when I
Yeah.
accepted the date request.
Well, so
That's
when you
usually,
got,
if
that's
I-
usually the case with women.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if I don't
No.
think I'm gonna do it with you, then
Mhm.
I am definitely not gonna wear my most fire outfit. I'm definitely.
so is it true? Do
It's like-
women when they know they're gonna have sex, they have certain underwear? Because when we watching Think Like a Man the other night,
Mhm.
and Megan Good was she was not trying to have sex. She was given the 90-day rule, so she
Yeah.
wear the granny panties with the
Yeah.
holes in them,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
she knows she's not sexy.
right.
And then when
That
she
is true.
and then she wear the
Right.
sexy lingerie.
Listen, if you see a guy and you like, dang, that nigga, I'm gonna smash,
Okay.
right? It's probably gonna be. Look, if he got any sense about him and the date goes good, he probably gonna get some. Okay,
Mhm.
that's how we think. So then
Yeah.
we dress accordingly.
Oh, okay.
So then we gonna do things to entice you to want to do it with us.
Mhm.
We gonna wear the sexy dress. We gonna wear the sexy underwear and hint that we got it on. We might not say we got it on, but we might bend down a little extra further where you see that extra lace on the breast or something.
Mhm.
We know what we doing. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We got another comment. Yeah, but you can be attracted to the guy and want to go out on a first date and then realize you're not into him like you thought you were.
Yep.
So I disagree with you, Shantae. So she's saying
No, I
Tiffany's
agree
saying-
with this.
Okay.
I agree with this. And that's essentially what I'm saying. In
you
your
first meet
mind,
somebody and you say, okay, I'm gonna have sex with him, but then you go on the date and then
Yeah.
throughout the date you realize,
you
nah.
be like, nah, you
Nah.
ain't the one for it.
Okay.
So yes, I do agree with that.
That's kind of like us. Like for guys, we usually know that you're the woman that will marry. We usually know right at the
You
beginning.
right away.
Probably
Like,
not the
this, you're
first
the
date,
potential your
maybe.
marriage, yeah.
but we usually know. Like, yeah, she's yeah.
Yeah, I can be with her for a while.
Yeah, we usually know.
You
Sometimes
just-
we're like, yeah, I'm just gonna smash and that's it.
Mhm.
Mm.
We know that right away. Like,
So Dwayne,
yeah.
when you was 19 years old and
I think I
walked into you might have been
was 20.
you might have been 20 when I walked in there. Were you like, oh yeah, this girl seems like
I was 21.
But
How are you 21?
97?
how are you 21?
18, 19, 20.
20, honey.
Yeah, I was 20. Okay.
I'm like, how are you 21? Because you're not 3 years older than me. So I'm just trying to see. I was barely 18. No, I don't even think I was 18. I think I was
Oh.
17.
Although I have made him wait, the first thing I saw, babe, I knew I was going to give it to him. LOL. I just took my sweet time. Okay.
Exactly. We know if
Well-
we gonna give you some butt. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
there is no
that's
person
true.
on this thing that is. If they say that they didn't know they was gonna give their man some ass on the first or second date, they lying.
Well, we have
I
a
believe-
commenter,
I believe
female.
you.
She says, well, Tiffany says, well, but I don't be thinking about sex right off in all instances when I meet a guy. But then again, I'm different, so maybe it's just me. So she doesn't think about sex when she meets a guy.
I mean, if they sexy, that's the reason why I'm going out with you. Yeah. I'm not.
But not
I'm
on the first date.
First of all, I'm not going out with you because I think that you're ugly. I'm going out with you because I think you're sexy.
Unless you're a hopeless romantic or fall in love too fast, you're thinking you're having a conversation about sex. And sex can be that, you gotta have that conversation nowadays. You might not could have said something back in 1993, 94. Hey, girl, I like you. We cool. We dating, So what's up with the sex? How's our sex life going? They cut that off. They all at the door nowadays.
Right, because y'all don't know how to finesse it. That's
Okay.
why.
We don't know how to finesse it.
No.
So how would you approach him to talk about the sex?
How would I approach it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be like, baby, you like it when you're more like, what's up with the sex?
No, we're talking about when you're meeting somebody or you're dating somebody, not married, not us, but you're dating somebody and you want to talk about, get the sex talk talking about if y'all haven't had it, or if you did have it, talk about, okay, what levels we need to go to, what levels we need to stay away from, how do we move on?
I mean, I don't feel like that's like that's not a conversation. I feel
I
like
don't think it's a
I
conversation.
feel like when you're doing it, you have to like figure it out. Like when you're doing it, and then pillow talk, you might have that discussion during pillow talk, but I feel like you can't have it before pillow talk.
I just see how far I can go, and then she stopped and be like, "Oh, we gotta wait." All right.
Shanta, Lulu said you speaking for yourself. You're not speaking for women.
Okay.
She said you're just speaking for yourself.
Oh, okay, well.
That's what Lulu said. I didn't say it. I'm just reading the comments.
You just being messy.
I'm just reading comments.
I saw the comment.
Breezy said, I don't think about sex on the first date, but I know whether or not I would almost instantly.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. You know.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
You
you're not
know.
thinking about sex.
I'm not saying that you're gonna just go out and bang on the first date every single date you have. I'm saying you know whether or not you even gonna take it any further. Pretty much before you even go out on a date, for real.
Yeah. And then some women do it right away and some women wait. Like, no, you're right.
Right.
I've heard that plenty of times when women said that they know if they're going to let them get or not.
If you something,
and then we know whether that's going to be the one we're going to marry or not when we first meet them.
Yeah. So it's different levels different levels of the conversation and how the mental thought process goes. So, people got to understand that, so we're just testing sexual boundaries in the heat of the moment. This could be a mood killer. So let me go back. I'm gonna go back a little bit on dating and sex, and I'm gonna go back to a little bit of the conversation. And I had this on my mind to think about it. So I know nowadays it's taboo, but back in the day, when a guy liked a girl liked the guy, whichever was, and a guy would ask the girl out or in school or something, and she would say, "Nah, get away from me. I'll mess with you." And guys would try, they would do romantic stuff, say, okay, you might not like me, but you give me a chance, such, and a constant build up to try to get that date or trying to get with that girl or go out or whatnot. You can't do that nowadays because they call it harassment. It's called harassment. And what else they call it?
Yeah, but it depends on how you're doing it. Like, are you being a stalker when you're doing it? Are you intentionally making sweet gestures? And the thing is like when you're younger, that might be okay depending on how far you take it. But see, when you get grown, people be taking it to the next level. You sitting outside of her house, watching her house and all this, and you're like, oh, I'm doing it to be sweet. No, why are you sitting outside of my house? That's weird.
Well, if you call and text somebody, send them a coffee or stuff like that, then they call that stalkerish. Because I already told you no once, you should have took the hint and be done. I was like, but back in the day, if somebody told you no once, and you just like, I'll send you candies, what you like,
but you gotta read the room. That's about reading the room.
Is it?
It is.
It is okay. I'm just saying, it's just.
It is. It's about reading the room. Like if like ladies will let you know if they kind of playing hard to get. I mean, even if they don't like you, they might still give you that cute little smile. They might do something a little flirty to let you know that it's okay to continue to go down that road.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if they straight up be like, do you need to back up? You gotta read the room, babe.
Well, you know what show I thought about that just popped in my head? I thought about Sister. What's his
Roger.
Roger used to, you my love such. He was doing that. They always pushed him off. But then when he got that growth spurt, it was like the whole thing changed. It's like, okay, now you want me? After I was trying to get to be with you all the time, and he's like, Roger, get away, Roger. Now all of a sudden he got his growth spurt. He became a man.
Because he was not sexy to them, so they were like kick rocks.
Steve and Laura.
Urkel.
Into Urkel. And
they said Laura was the worst ever villain in sitcom.
She's a horrible person.
She's a horrible person.
Why?
Because Steve did anything, would love her, would do anything for her. But she wouldn't mess with him till he started Steve Urkel being the same damn person.
And you all in love with
Steve Urkel,
And then Steve ended up meeting, was it Myra?
Mm-hmm.
Myra?
Yeah.
She was so sweet to him.
And then
Hey,
the,
man.
and
Yeah.
then what's name? And then what's name was in love with her, and then she changed, and then she changed her whole tune. Oh, he
Yeah.
got a girl now. Oh, okay, he look a
Mhm.
little different.
Yeah, get out of here,
Mm.
Laura.
That was us. That was us.
Oh my gosh.
Laura
Like, y'all
Winslow.
have some feelings about that. I
Yeah,
think.
yes.
I love that girl, man. She
Yes.
did anything for her.
Yeah,
And when she
treated
wanted
like,
stuff like, please, Steve, can you do this for me? He'd run behind her and do it. Man, get out of here.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
Stop,
you know,
Laura.
that makes for good television.
I think we had a good show. Talking about sex is a great starter. Conversation starter. We had up to 11 people watching. So this is a great Myra Munkenhouse. Damn, Dante, you a damn
You got the name?
encyclopedia.
Oh my
You
goodness.
a damn encyclopedia. And she was old though back then.
She
What?
was.
She was old. She was in her 30s, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
she was the oldest one on the
Listen.
show.
Yes,
I
so.
think.
And she was acting like she was a
pretty.
17-year-old
She
girl.
was
16,
pretty. She
17.
looked better than Laura.
Yeah.
Steve was
She
tripping.
was.
Yeah,
Pretty.
there's one girl nowadays that's on TV. She looked like she'd be 16, 17. She like 36, 37 years old, light-skinned girl. She's on one of your shows. I can't remember her name now.
Light-skinned girl.
Light-skinned girl, Basketball Diaries or Basketball.
Basketball Diaries.
It was a. I don't know. Let me get. I'm getting off subject. But
You talking about you? Are you talking about that girl that was like on Dear White People?
yes, her, that light-skinned girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was playing in the show back in the day. She's in her 30s.
Yeah.
She was playing in the show back in the day, playing a 17-year-old, but she's just small. I think she like 4'9", about
Wow,
100
I didn't know
pounds.
she was old.
Yeah, she old. Yeah, Myra,
Interesting.
may Myra rest in peace. She passed away
Oh,
from cancer.
yeah, she did.
Can't say no joke.
Breast cancer. I think.
hmm So we had a great show, people. We ran over time and we didn't even realize it. Talking
we
about
did.
sex. Y'all like some talk about sex stuff.
Clearly.
Clearly. So next week
Clearly.
we will be talking about the difference in raising children from, when you got your ass whooped with a extension cord to the timeout to you get rewarded for doing bad shit in school. So I was like, what's going on with
Not
these
in
kids?
this household.
What's going on with these kids? So hit the floor. That's what I was talking about, Lulu. Hit the floor. You used to watch that show. Hit the floor. She was on that show.
I didn't. I didn't.
Yes, you did. You did watch that show. Hit the floor.
Maybe you
You right,
were
Lulu. I
watching
watched it.
it. Look, maybe you were watching. I never watched the show.
But I want to thank y'all for tuning in to us this week. We had a great show. Next week we're coming back talking about raising these kids. Crazy
What,
kids.
talk about what?
We're gonna talk about kids.
Raising these kids. Okay.
Yes, because it used to
I
be
was like, what?
it used to be a village raise these kids.
Did you understand what he said?
Grandma used to
It
raise the
was
kids.
me.
Grandma used to raise these kids. Auntie, Miss Janice from down the street used to raise the kids. Nowadays, ain't nobody want to be bothered with the kids. Mamas don't even want to be bothered with their own kids. Grandmas don't even bother with their kids. So
Yeah, grandma trying to get her groove on.
exactly, that's how it's going nowadays. So,
Oh, we need to talk about the parent test. I do agree with that. I love that show.
Parent test.
Yes.
oh yeah, Shantae is an expert on that show. So
I love that show. I make
It's a
Dwayne watch
show?
it. He is an expert as well. Friends.
well, I'll just
He
like,
watches it as well. Do not let him pretend like he does not watch the show.
because my wife has me watch it. Just a tidbit. No, we'll talk about it next week. I'm not going. What network? It's on ABC. It's on demand. You can see it. ABC is called The Parent Test.
Yes.
Yes. Different
You guys
styles of
gotta
parenting.
watch it. That show is very enlightening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that timeout shit is ridiculous. But as I
Oh,
said, thank
wow.
y'all again for joining us. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us every Thursday. We in here getting to it.
Yeah,
But we're talking about raising people's kids, people raising their kids. We're gonna talk about that next week. So catch y'all same bat time, same bat channel. Oh dang, I'm messing up.
Peace.
Yeah.
So we catch y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.